Okay, so this is how to use some of ZBrush's brushes to adjust and alter our models to what we want. So what we have here is a thin needle of sorts, and the collaborator has said that both ends seem a bit too pointy, too sharp. So we can fix that easily in ZBrush by using one of their brush tools. So on the side here, you'll see the brush palettes. Well, by default, it should be set to standard. And as an FYI, this model has been optimized and decimated. You can check the polygon here. It's just under 200,000, which is fine. On the side here, we're going to click on the standard brush and it brings up our brush menu. Okay, what you want to look for is the inflate brush. And you can actually search it by alphabet here. So inflate starts with I, great. And here it is, inflate or inflat. Great, so once we have that selected, we want to make sure that Z add is on. And you don't have to have mRGB on. And here, so same controls apply. You want to be very delicate when using this tool. If I left click on the model, you'll see how if I hover my mouse over and I'm holding my left click, this area of the model starts to inflate, just like the brush suggests, right? I'm going to press Control Z. So we're going to use this tool to actually inflate just the end of this tip, just a little bit. So it's a little bit rounder, okay? If you find that, when you're click and dragging and you're not click and dragging for a long time, it inflates too much. Let's say it looks like this all of a sudden, and I didn't move it that much. Your Z intensity is too high. So you can lower your Z intensity. I have it set to 5. Now it's a little bit slower increment. So I have a little bit more control and how I can inflate this, right? Now, you may be wondering, it's not perfect, and it's true. You can easily, let's say I'm liking how this is getting inflated now, but it's forming this kind of bump, and I like that bump. And I don't want to just Control Z because that'll be there forever. So what I can do instead is if I hold Shift, my cursor turns blue, and now I'm using the smooth brush. The smooth brush does, if I run it over here, it just smooths the material. Now keep in mind that the smooth brush does what it looks like, it takes away or shrinks the model down a little bit. So you can see here. So I keep smoothing here, it'll get smaller and smaller. Now, if that happens and you want a finer control on it, so if I use it to apply here, it immediately shrinks down and then I'm back to where I started, which is not really what I want, but I just want it to be slightly smooth. I can actually change the smooth intensity by holding Shift. Right here, see how my settings change? Now it's up to 100. I can set my smooth intensity down. So in this case, it's a Z intensity, and I have Shift held down. I'm going to turn it down to 5. Now, when I hold Shift and click and drag, it doesn't smooth as strong, and I have a little bit more control in what areas I can smooth. At the same time, I can change my brush size here and cover a larger surface area. And the hotkey for that is holding S. And you want to go back and forth between this tool to get exactly what you want, right? And again, it won't be perfect, but you just want it just a little bit rounder so it's not that obviously pointed. Okay, so that's what it looks like right now. And this is what it looked like before. So it used to be pointed. Now it's a little bit rounder. Right? And if you're wondering why this texture is a little bit weird, because the texture information is such a small surface area in the first place, all we're doing is changing the model, is actually stretching the texture a little bit. That's why it seems like we have this little lighter end here. But we can easily fix that by poly painting, as I went through in another video. Awesome.